Welcome back to, well, why did I start now? That's a very, very good question. I thought I'd give you some basic tips on hardcore and why it is just so different. And why Endermen creep me the crap out. I thought I'd cover them before we actually meet them. Endermen? I have no problem with Endermen normally. Zombie. That is also one of the scarier things about hardcore. He's going to break down that door. Unless I get have him... Come on in. Come on in. To death. Welcome to die. Sorry, I had to make that joke. But, why Endermen and Creepers are my two most hated things in Minecraft. Endermen, you might be able to understand if you've ever played hardcore and had them just go whoop behind you or right next to you, and you're like, ugh, and you look right at them instinctively, and they murder your sorry butt. I've lost 3 or 4 worlds to them. 3 or 4. Quickly. Let's just get in the mine. 3 or 4 worlds to them is how much I've lost. And they don't care. Not only do they not care, they're smug about it, too. Because you have no choice but to delete your world on hardcore when you die. And if you didn't back up that sucker, which, why would you? I mean, that's the whole point of hardcore, is to survive till you die. If it's something real stupid, maybe I could see, but I don't make stupid mistakes. Not like that. And like I said, Enderman. But the other one is a bit unusual, you would think, is creepers. The reason, creepers. And you'll see when we get to an actual cave why that is. And the reason that is because creepers are a one-hit kill. 95% of the time, they will just murder your butt when all you do is just exist. But it's worse than that. See, you could survive a creeper hit on almost any other difficulty. But on hardcore, they just deal so much damage. And they're so unexpected because they're silent that if they go off next to you, you're just insta-dead. But that's why we need armor. It's not the zombies. It's not the skeletons. Skeletons still deal quite a bit of damage, regardless of whether or not you're armored. But it's the creepers and the Endermen. Did you know Endermen deal 3 hearts of damage? 3 hearts. For reference, I believe I have 10 hearts. I've got 10 hearts. Endermen only have to hit me 3 times. And with my current equipment, I would have to hit them quite a bit in order to be able to even hurt the sorry buggers. Plus, they're teleporting, which means they could appear anywhere. This is why Endermen suck. They did their job. They really have. They put the fear in this old Minecrafter, who's been playing since Alpha, and we may have just found 90% of what we need to make that stewing pot I was talking about. Yes. Yes, we have. We have what we need, almost, to make that stewing pot. Why do I say almost? Well, because in order to use the stewing pot, we need to go to the wonderful Nether. And we don't even have to worry about the Nether being too generous. If we want to have an improved hemp farm, we really need it to be generous, but for a stewing pot, we just need some netherrack. Which, of course, means we're going to need diamonds, because we need obsidian. Unfortunately, not the development team who make video games. We're talking about the rock. The mineral. The thing. And I'm about out of resources, which probably means it's daytime. Oh look, more iron. If we get a full bit of 24, we'll be able to make a suit of armor, which, believe it or not, is really what we need. There's not much else I really think we need that we can't already get. So, with that out of the way, let's finish our pickaxe off. There we go. And let's go see what daylight brings, putting the new sword in slot 2, because you never know. It is daytime. Excellent. And we're going to need the glass. And I like trying to do a quick dash out of quarters, because nothing else can really keep up with you when you're doing that. And since this is the first expansion, the first thing you're going to notice is that the whole... I'm keeping the door there when there's really no reason for me to. Let me give you a quick reason for why I'm doing that. And it started snowing again. My luck, people. Is because... Why am I... Oh, because I like the idea of retrofitting old buildings and expanding them. And because I like that idea, I will merely expand a building and keep the original dividers and entrances, unless it's more convenient. Oh good, it's all hydrated water it looks like. This really hasn't grown much, but there's not much we can do about that. Looks like I could probably bring the expansion, if I had wood, more that way. I say we look for a skeleton. Now, bone meal this is one of the things Flowerchild has mentioned many times. He would love to just take bone meal out altogether as its purpose. And its usefulness is... I can't say limited. I use it for wheat. But that's really all I use it for, because it doesn't work on hemp. Make sure nothing's trying to creep up on me. And I think we're good in the seeds department. But anyway, as I was saying, its purpose is to rapidly grow plants and to plant long grass, which is how you get normal seeds anyway. So that purpose I understand. Okay. It gives you a way to find seeds because the old code has been taken out. But what about Flowerchild? Yeah, they're actually a rare drop from the long grass, so I was surprised when we got it that early. But, well, what do we do then? Well, you know, what's a modder to do then? That's where Flowerchild came up with the idea of mimicking, more or less, the old code. Of you use your hoe on the grass and it goes pop occasionally. There's your seed. And that's actually how you normally, unless you're really lucky, or maybe unlucky, get hemp seeds. I should have mentioned this earlier, but I've never found any place with a lack of these where you can just go around and go, Wah! Other than the fact it horribly kills your hunger bar and any tool you happen to be wielding. that's beside the point. I've never failed to get one starting seed. And that's the point. For me. Anyway. This row will be the wheat row. Everything else will be hemp. And let me explain why. That giant construction I'm talking about is a windmill. We are going to have to build a windmill. Yes, folks. A windmill. We're not just Hollanders here, people. But we need a windmill. Building a basic chest for storage because although it's probably not going to be needed, it will be needed. Anyway, how far out are we from this? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3. And the rest is going to have to be wood. Yes, folks, I'm making another expansion already, which was probably stupid of me to do, but, oh well. Anyway, bone meal is kind of cheating, except when you count the whole possibility of the only way to get a hold of seeds nowadays. In which case you go, well, not really cheating, it really is the only way. Blah blah blah, yada yada, yakety yak, don't talk back, etc., etc., etc. So, its use is disabled on hemp because he feels it is cheating. So you won't see me using bone meal, not because I agree with him, but because, yeah, it is kind of cheating. It just makes things far too easy. I'm not saying it's not a good idea to have something like that. It was a good revision. The old method was kind of getting old and that kind of thing. And I'm taking back my entire thought of, just expanding on buildings. I'm tearing down walls. It's called remodeling, folks. Remodeling is good. Very, very good. So, let's put the door here. That was dumb, because that's the wrong side of the door. And we want some torches to prevent things from spawning. And we should be good in here. Who am I kidding? We're not good in here. Things can still try and beat on the door. Things are never good when things try and beat on the door. There we go. Basic defense. Please ignore the cat in the background. She doesn't know better. But as I'm saying, this windmill has to be fairly tall. I mean, I'm not kidding when I say fairly tall. I think the dimensions are 13 by 13 by 1, which is a 13 square by 13 square by 1 square deep square of existence, which is actually pretty big. We got a bucket now. We don't need... we do need some of this, but, So, it's going to have to be a pretty tall building. There's not much more we can do about that. Right, folks? Right? Wrong. Oh, God, did I just mess this up? I just messed this up, didn't I? And place! And yes, indeed, I almost messed up the flow. Oh, the joys of water, folks. Minecraft water, how does it work? Oh, Nobody knows. Nobody knows. I don't want to drown. Minecraft water. How does it work? Ugh. What did I do to mess this up? Anyway. Let's see what I can do to fix it. Apparently that. Okay. This bucket. See, these are things you could not do with Hardcore Bucket. Enabled. Or just existing. Really. And we want to aim back there. Yes. Unfortunately. And boom. Yeah, you'd have to build this actually around natural flowing water. Naturally occurring, naturally existing, etc., etc., etc. Which is precisely why I'm not doing it right now. There will be an eventual shift to Hardcore Buckets when we reach Better Than Buildcraft, which is, well, we'll get into Better Than Buildcraft when we get into Better Than Buildcraft. It is a compatibility mod, really, created by Flower Child and Space Toad. Space Toad being the guy who created Buildcraft to make their mods compatible. So yeah, we can't say Flower Child has never done anything. And that was actually pretty good. I enjoyed Better Than Buildcraft a lot. I don't think I ever really got to the point where I needed Buildcraft, but its existence I do indeed acknowledge. Oh. It's not generating the proper blocks there. Oops. I need more sand, though. More sand for the sand god. It's taking forever. I'm not trying to make it take forever, folks. And nor am I trying to waste your time with these short episodes. These short episodes just happen. Partly because of convenience for me, so I can ensure that I can get them out to you at a consistent schedule, so that you're not waiting for months, like we have with Fable 2 and Fable 1. There's just unfortunate things that occur. And now we make a run for it. Get in. Okay. And we should be good, actually. We should be good for next episode. Probably more mining, because now it's a waiting game, folks. It really is a waiting game. We wait, we mine, we dig, and you watch. Or not, as the case will be. The real reason I can't make a stewing pot right now, despite the fact we have enough iron for it, we needed the bucket, is because I need a bone. No, seriously, I need a skeleton's bone. Seriously. With any luck, this wheat will be good shortly. Next piece of wheat we're getting probably is not going to go anywhere. I was thinking I was going to go try and tame some cows, but that's probably not going to happen. Not gonna. So I'm going to be mining. And hopefully if I encounter anything good, I'll remember to hit record. And we'll see it all in glorious, whatever resolution this is. I think it's 640 by 480. I'm not sure. Hopefully I don't run out of food by then. So, we'll see you next time, folks, as the snow has stopped. Glorious, glorious stopped. This is Stompin' Llama, signing out.